Click, click, boom. What's going on, faithfuls? The Nothing But Niners crew is back. And guys, we are here for the 15 minutes of fame. All right. But before we do, we started a full 37 seconds early. And why would we do something like that? Because today's my man's birthday. Happy birthday, Brian, man. That's my guy over there holding it down. Look at the commitment from this guy. He's showing up on his freaking birthday, guys. Happy birthday, bro. I hope you enjoyed your day today.
Thank you.
I know as we get older, birthdays don't mean it's a reminder of the countdown instead of the count up, but
right. I'm in that halftime window right now, man. It's all downhill here shortly. So
it's all good in the hood though, man. I'm happy that you're here, man. Thank you for jumping on. And we are gonna look at this. Look at the birthday love coming in here for you, man.
Appreciate that.
These people are saying happy birthday to you before the show even started in the chat. So that's really cool, man. We are going to get right to the show. Thank you all for rocking with us. I am going to leave that scrolling banner across the bottom for the entire time tonight. And it's officially no longer your birthday on the East Coast. Sorry, buddy. Just like that. All right. So let's start here. This is Kevin Jeter. He says, assuming their replacement is already on the roster right now, would you rather let go going into next season Trent Williams or Fred Warner? Assuming the replacement is already on the roster right now. Woo.
Well, if I'm assuming that someone's already on the roster, then I would have to go with Trent because I don't know where our depth would be on the linebacker situation. But
all right.
If I was going to do like we've talked about this before, if we were going to do a trade, if Fred Warner was going to be part of the deal to get Watson, I would be okay with that because we can make he's a great linebacker, but we can find another linebacker. As far as the Trent Williams part of it, we can go out and find another left tackle too. So it's really up to, if we actually have their piece already on the squad, then yeah, we could by all means let them go.
If that was a move that we were to make, I think that Sean Coleman is better than what we think he is.
Right. That's some combination of him and School, some way, shape, or form.
Yeah. So you're right. I'm going to agree because I was going to say that Dre Greenlaw is very capable of doing it, and he did it. I don't know if you guys remember. There was it COVID for Fred Warner where he had to be away from the team before the season started.
For that 1 week or whatever the 10 days.
Yeah, and I believe it was Fred Warner that got all of those snaps there at the mic. So he is cross-trained, Dre Greenlaw, but I'm just not sure that I'm comfortable with either one. Good, tough question to start off the show, though. I like it, man. I like it. Let's see here. There is a question mark at the end of this, so let's see what it says. Actually, you know what? We're going to do this. Let me see. Nope, that doesn't
falls to 12. Can't see.
Trent Williams or not, I'm a huge Slater if he falls to 12. Can't see a trade down unless a quarterback we don't like falls. Would you guys go wide receiver if it was a BPA, best player available, Smith/Chasey? And any thoughts on cornerback Kelvin Joseph?
I like Slater, and I think I said that the other night, was even if we keep Trent, I would not have any problems if they take Slater at 12 because I think he's versatile across the line. And so I think that you could utilize him. Could we pick up better weapons? I'm sure that we could. But I wouldn't be concerned. I mean, because then you'd have a no shit swing tackle who could go and replace, if Trent has to leave for a week or whatever, or Mike McGlinchey's having problems, you have somebody who can fill in the void on either side and or play inside if we need to on that right side in the guard position.
I think that if you're going for Slater as a tackle, the Niners are not going to do it. Yeah, and now I think they value his versatility and what he could bring to the team as a guy who slides over. They will love that. But if we're talking just tackle, they're not going to make that move for him. And then as far as Kelvin Joseph, I don't know enough about him to give you a fair answer, so I don't want to do that. Would you guys? But the second part of his first question was, would you guys go wide receiver if it was BPA? And I think so. I would do it.
I wouldn't mind going for Chase, but to me, Smith's physique, his physical characteristics, he looks like he's just going to get broken. He's tiny.
If Weddle is there, Weddle I think is my favorite wide receiver of this whole Weddle,
Waddle, whatever.
The freaking anyway.
The other Alabama kid.
Yes, if he's there, I listen, in this system with that kind of speed, that kind of physicality, those hands, this guy is really special. And in this system, oh my God. Oh my God. He is the piece we've been waiting for. He is the piece we've been waiting for. So that's what I would do. All right. I think we spent way too much time on just 2 questions. So let's try to speed this up. 49ers Media says, do you think Weston Richburg gets cut this week or once free agency officially starts next week?
The problem with Richburg is that I don't have a solid information on his medical standing. If they came out and said he's not going to be available until halfway through the season, I'd be like, get rid of him. But if they come out and say he's going to be participating in training camp, then I guess you see what you can find and maybe move on later because it's going to be the same cut. The price is going to be the same for cutting him.
What's interesting with Weston Richburg is that I don't know if this latest surgery and procedure is football related. He hasn't played football in so long that I don't think it can be. And if you're looking at when to cut him as far as post June 1st or pre-June 1st and all that, I'm not sure that there's a big difference.
There's not. I mean, it like doubles what you get. But all that does is spread it out into the 2022 season. So if you have the space to take the dead now, you might as well just get it on the books. So
I mean, look, the dead cap is pretty significant this year. It's 8.4. But I'm thinking that his injury or his procedure helps us if we were to get rid of him now. It's a non-football related issue that we can let him go for. I don't know the fine print, but I am 90% sure that helps the Niners. And so if that's the case, I would do it sooner rather than later. But I think that it won't happen in this time frame that's mentioned at all. It won't be this week, and I don't think it'll be next week. I think it'll be some random cut in like July or August. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let him make the roster and just let him go. I don't think it happens right away because there's no rush to let him go.
And we've talked about that before, too. If you do waiting to do like a post June 1st with either him or D Ford, that comes into play when you're talking about signing our draft class. That's where that money is probably going to be. Like, we're not going to sign draftees until later in the off season.
Right. Good shout out to you there. Do you guys think Kyle's quarterback philosophy needs to change in any way, shape, or form? In which ways should we be optimistic about next season? What's your favorite kind of pizza? Happy birthday, Brian. DJ Malone with the quadrupled message here. So do you think Kyle's philosophy on quarterback should change?
Yeah, I mean, at least from what I've seen to this point over the span of his career. Now we know we've talked about he hasn't had his guy, right? But I still don't feel like the pieces the way he evaluates talent in his quarterback seems to be lacking. When you talk about CJ Beathard or Nick Mullins or even Jimmy Garoppolo, they're all lacking pieces because he wants them to be pocket passers only. He doesn't want a scrambling, or he doesn't seem to want a scrambling quarterback. And I think that his system could potentially benefit from a scrambling quarterback. So I think it should change to some extent.
Yeah, if there was a cockiness to Kyle's entire presence, I would say is what he feels he can do with anybody. I feel like he thinks if you give me any player, I can make it work with them. And that's a problem. I would prefer to know his type of quarterback, specifically the quarterback. I don't care about your type of running back. You got different backs for different reasons, different downs and distances. You can make that work. Same thing for receivers, right? Some guy is a better X than he is a Z or flanker, or you know what I mean? Like you can use these guys. All that's different. When it comes to your quarterback, I can't tell you with a straight face that I know what Kyle's type is, and that does bother me. And so it's not that it needs to change. I think it needs to be defined. Sure. Whatever his philosophy is on quarterbacks needs to be defined. And none of us can honestly say we know what it is. We've seen the athletic type, we've seen the non-athletic type, and everything in between. And I just don't know what he prefers. So we'll have to see what happens. In which ways should we be optimistic about next season? This is something that we talked about on the last show, not the midnight show. We had a 14-win prediction. If everything fell the right way and we're being as optimistic as humanly possible, we had a 13-win prediction. I didn't give mine, but mine would have been 11 games. We should be a playoff team if everything goes the best way that it should. Here are a couple of things for me to be optimistic about. The Niners have 10 draft picks guaranteed right now. The Niners have $25+ million in cap space that could increase, could decrease, but that's plenty of space for a team with 10 draft picks. So we're not a team with 4 or 5 draft picks and 24 million. That's tough. We're not a team with 12 draft picks and 4 million. That's tough. We're a team with a lot of one and decent of the other. We're top 10 in draft capital, and we're top 10 in salary cap space. That's something to be optimistic about. If you trust your front office, this year should be a lot of fun. I'm going to shut up, Brian. The question's for you.
Yeah, I mean, I will agree with everything you said. I think to add on top of that would be something we talked about last night with the schedule ahead between our away and home games. I mean, obviously we don't know the exact order of them, but the fact that we're going to be playing the last place finishers in those divisions is only beneficial to us. It's the same sort of scenario that we were in between coming off the 18 season and going into the 19 season. So it's beneficial for us to make a Super Bowl run just off of that alone.
Yeah, absolutely. Quick, we're going to do this rapidly here. What's your favorite kind of pizza?
Wood fired.
Okay.
If you're going to go with flavors, I'm old guy, so I get indigestion. So I have to go with the Hawaiian because I like the sweet. If I put like pepperoni, then it just messes up my.
This guy likes pineapple on pizza, and he doesn't like wings. You are lucky it's your birthday. Otherwise, I would roast you, bro.
I told you I'll eat boneless wings. I know they're not real wings, but I'll eat them. Yeah. I just don't like the work you got to put in.
It's all good. It's all good. I am a light cheese guy. Too much cheese on the pizza makes me gag. The chewy, stringy mozzarella, I can't do it. But I'm an extra sauce guy on pizza. Give me sausage, pepperoni. Give me any mixture of the two or whatever, or even plain. I'm a tomato pie guy. I like a little bit of cheese, more sauce on a pizza. Okay. So here we go. Is anyone worried about Humphreys being left-handed? From what I read, we set 2 scouts out to see Quinn Miners. I don't know what the question is here. I'm not worried about anyone being left-handed. No.
Right. I don't know. I have not played in either of those 2 positions, be a center or a quarterback, to know if that exchange changes or how much it affects the handoff.
Yeah. So should Niners re-sign Sherman to play strong safety?
Sherman's not going to play strong safety. So no.
All right. I'm going to say no just because I think we should move on from Richard Sherman. I think he's made it clear he doesn't want to be here, and you don't want that inside your locker room. So with us playing the Eagles this year, will any of you guys be going NBN meetup? I've already got tickets. Yes, I have people who are season ticket holders, and they called me right away. There's no way you're not going to this game with me. I actually have 3 people fighting over which one I'm going to go with. So I'm just going to pick the best seats. I'm going to be there. I can't speak for anyone else. Brian, you're out there, so I don't know if this really applies to you. But
yeah, I don't know. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how the season goes. I may make a trip, like I said, out east. So we'll see.
All right. You trade back around number 20. Darsaw and Horn are both there. Who do you take? Good question here. Good question. Is Horn falling to 20?
Only because we don't have a significant cornerback. I will take Horn over Darsaw, but it also is going to depend on what we do at the tackle position.
I think we're more likely to sign Trent than to solve all of our corner woes in the free agency period. So you're more likely to get a tackle, whether it be Trent or not, than to solve all 3 of the holes for the corner position. So you got to go with Horn in this situation. And Darsaw is my guy, but that's just how it is. Here we go. Thoughts on signing Trent Williams, drafting Slater, and trading Jimmy, either a vet or a mid-round rookie to us to QB for us. Is this saying do both? You sign Trent Williams and draft Slater?
Thoughts on signing and drafting and trading? I don't know. That's like there's a lot of stuff going on in that question. If it's not all one scenario.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be a jerk here. I just don't know which way this question is going. Right. But I think we're all for signing Trent Williams if the price is right, doesn't cripple us. Drafting Slater, we spoke on that earlier. Trading Jimmy, as long as the trade is worth it for the 49ers and you have a plan, and that answers the last part of that question there. How about Shaq Barrett?
Can I have 5 minutes?
We're going to go until 16 because we started early.
Okay.
So I'm going to give him 15 from 12.
I wouldn't mind getting Shaq Barrett, but I think I'd rather get what's that guy's the other half, David.
Yes,
Levante
David.
Yeah, Levante David. I think I'd prefer him if I have the choice.
How do you feel about building the offensive line with our capital in places such as center, if not Alex Mack or a larger right guard? I'll go first here. I actually really like that. I said that the focus should be on the center position and not Alex Mack. I don't want a 1 or 2 year guy here anymore. I'm tired of that. Give me the guy at the center position, and then you can go ahead and build up the rest of your line. Go ahead, Mariah. This is probably going to wrap it up. So
yeah, I like bringing in, like fixing that center with a vet. I like the Max thought process. I understand that you don't like it as much because he's a little bit older, but definitely free agency should be where we're targeting to fix that center position.
Absolutely. You think we signed Trent Williams for $13 million a year? No. What do you think?
Not on average.